Hello friends, today we will discuss about muscle stretch reflex. Okay, we will take an example of knee jerk. Okay, this is a muscle stretch reflex. How does it takes place? So normally with the help of the knee hammer, we hit the patellar tendon. Okay, so once we hit the patellar tendon here, so there is a contraction of this quadriceps femoris muscles and there is extension of the knee joint. Okay, so this is the normal knee jerk. So ultimately we are checking the efferent pathway and efferent pathway. Let us discuss this pathway. How does it works? Okay, so I'll just draw a line diagram of the knee joint. Okay, a line diagram of the knee joint. So now this is the thigh and on the anterior side, that is on the anterior side here, so there will be extensor muscles. So this brown color what I am drawing is the extensor muscle. Similarly there will be flexor muscles here on the posterior side. Okay, rough line diagram. So these are the extensor muscles, extensors, and these are the flexor muscles of the knee joint. Okay, on the posterior side. So this is the knee joint. Okay. Now let me draw a cut section of the spinal cord. The reflex takes place at the level of the L2 and L3 or L4 segment of the spinal cord. So it just, that is the root value of that reflex. So every reflex have a root value, that is the center. Okay. So I am just drawing again a line diagram, a rough line diagram of the cut section of the spinal cord. Now this part which I am highlighting with the black color, these are the anterior horn cells. Here anterior part of the spinal cord known as anterior horn cells are present here, right. Now how does this reflex takes place? Let us discuss now. So generally when we hit the tendon here, okay, consider this as a tendon. So when we hit the tendon here, this blue color arrow you can see, now there is a stretching of the muscle. So muscle gets stretched. Okay, so due to the stretching of the muscles, so there is a stretch sensitive receptors are present. This stretch sensitive receptor which is present in the muscles is simply known as muscle spindle. We have discussed about this muscle spindle in the previous lectures. Those who have missed that lecture, please go to our playlist and just watch this video of the structure of the muscle spindle, right. So from the muscle spindle, there are the efferent nerves which will go carry the sensory sensations of the stretch of the muscle. So whenever the muscle is stretched, the sensation is carried through the sensory nerves and it will go to the posterior side, it is the dorsal horn cells of the spinal cord through the 1A receptor. 1A nerve fibers, okay, or also 2 from the nuclear chain fibers. So nuclear bag and chain fiber through 1A fibers. Now what happens here is it synapses with the alpha motor neuron which are present in the spinal cord. So this is the alpha motor neuron, and these alpha motor neuron from the anterior horn cells go and supply, that is the neuromuscular junction of the extensor muscle. So here there is a release of the neurotransmitter acetylcholine and the muscle will contract. So there will be extension of the knee joint. So this is how the reflex pathway takes place. So this is the efferent nerve. The spinal cord here is the center here. So there is a synapse. So it is a monosynaptic reflex. So monosynaptic reflex means only one synapse is there in this part. So the receptor is muscle spindle, then efferent nerve through this 1A fibers, and center is at the L3, L4 segment of the spinal cord, and alpha motor neuron is the efferent nerve. Okay, it is the efferent nerve from here. So it will go and supply the extensor muscles. Okay. Not only this, there will be an interneuron present. I will highlight this here again one more small interneuron will be there. So these sensory nerves activate the interneuron, which in turn will inhibit the alpha motor neuron supplying the flexor muscles here, So what happens basically is there is inhibition here, and stimulation here. So these sensory nerves which are carrying the signal, it will stimulate the alpha motor neuron and inhibit the this one alpha motor neurons of the flexor muscles. So it will stimulate the extensors and inhibit the flexor muscles. Okay, and this inhibition is due to this interneuron, this small red color neuron which I am highlighting here. So this is the interneuron. So, this interneuron will inhibit this flexor muscles alpha motor neuron. This is also an alpha motor neuron which is supplying the flexor muscles. So, simultaneously there is relaxation of the flexor muscles and extensor muscles contraction takes place. So, this is how a normal reflex takes place. So, hope the concept is very clear. So, let me revise with the help of this diagram once again. So, whenever we hit the patellar tendon, there is a stretch in the muscles and this stretch is sensed by muscle spindle, and from the muscle spindle sensory fibers, this red color sensory fibers, that is action potential in these neurons. Type 1A afferent neuron goes to the spinal cord segment. From there is a synapse, and this one efferent motor neuron, that is this, it will go to the extensor segment and there is a contraction. Simultaneously it stimulates one more small interneuron and there is inhibition of that, and flexor muscles are inhibited and there is relaxation there. Okay. So, this is one of the application of the muscle spindle in the stretch reflex. So, indirectly we are checking this pathway in the stretch reflex, whether this afferent neuron or efferent neuron or the spinal cord is intact or not. However, there are influences from the higher centers also to this alpha motor neurons. Okay. So, we will discuss about that in the regulation of the muscle tone in the next video. So, please like our video and subscribe our channel Doctor's Corner. Thank you.